Around the crypto and financial space, you've probably heard the phrase Bretton Woods 2.0 being thrown around lately. But here's the honest question. How many people actually know what Bretton Woods was in the first place? Because if you don't understand the first one, the second one really doesn't make sense. So let's take a quick trip back to the past. Bretton Woods happened in 1944 near the end of World War II, held at Bretton Woods Resort, New Hampshire. The world was broken, economies were wrecked, and trust was at an all-time low. So leaders came together to create a system that would bring stability. That's where representatives from over 40 countries met to agree on a new monetary system.
At Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, delegates from 44 allied and associate countries arrived for the opening of the United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference. Invited by President Roosevelt to the first major world financial meeting since the London Conference of 1933, they will work in the seclusion of this White Mountains resort.
The US dollar became the center. The dollar was tied to gold. Other currencies were tied to the dollar. And the important thing to understand is this. The Bretton Woods Agreement really wasn't about money. It was about trust, coordination, and settlement in a world that desperately needed order.
These meetings are designed to promote trade in the post-war world and to create a foundation for lasting peace.
Over time, more dollars were printed than there was gold to back them. The debt grew and pressure built. In 1971, the gold peg was removed, and people often say that was the moment that Bretton Woods ended. But here's the key point: the system didn't collapse. It kept on running, on debt instead of gold. So when people talk about Bretton Woods 2.0, they often imagine a big reset, a new reserve currency, the dollar disappearing overnight, but that's really probably not how this works. Bretton Woods 2.0 isn't about replacing money, it's about replacing the way money moves. Think of currencies like water, and settlement systems are the rails, like plumbing. We spend all of our time arguing about the water, while the pipes underneath are what are being upgraded: faster settlement and neutral infrastructure. And this is where XRP comes into the conversation. Not as a replacement for currencies, but as a neutral settlement infrastructure. When the focus shifts to plumbing instead of politics, XRP naturally enters the room. So why does this matter now? Well, we're in a very different world today. We have massive debt, trade blocks forming, and payment systems are being weaponized, and everything moving at digital speed, except for the financial plumbing. So naturally the conversation shifts, not loudly, not in headlines, quietly, by institutions and within infrastructure. Monetary systems don't change when everyone is watching. They change slowly, legally, and very boringly. And then suddenly everyone realizes they're living in a new one. Bretton Woods 2.0 won't be announced on the news, and it won't come with fireworks. It will arrive through architecture, agreements, and upgraded rails. And by the time it feels obvious, the groundwork will have already been done. Understanding the system matters long before reacting to it does. Give me a thumb, subscribe, and the bell, and if you like what you're hearing, you're probably in the right place. Know what you hold, and remember, the bold gets the gold.